a 122 millimeter gun and a pedal gun in direct roll at close range, causing damage to own troops. On 5th morning, 5-8 and the 5-3 divisions completed double envelopment operation, and troops recovered a few hundreds of LTT dead bodies, including well-known top rankers of LTT and a huge quantity of weapons, including artillery guns. This was the turning point of the one humanitarian operation, where LTT leadership could not withstand the losses of their most regarded field commanders in one go. Continuing with the momentum, the 5-8 and the 5-3 divisions advanced eastwards, gaining control of the remaining portion of the land, except for no-fire zone at Putumatalan. By this time, all the civilians have moved into the newly declared no-fire zone at Putumatalan. In addition, remaining LTT cadres, including top-rank leaders, too had moved into the no-fire zone with all its weapon equipment, including artillery guns. It was also observed that the LTT had built bunkers in very close proximity to the temporary shelters of the civilians. Though the LTT had been contained to a thin stretch of land, terrorists still preserved a considerable amount of its combat efficiency. Therefore, it was necessary to defeat the LTTE combat power beyond the limit so that they would not continue to pose a threat militarily. However, achieving this without causing casualties to the civilians was the biggest challenge faced by the security forces. After deliberate planning, it was decided to breach the western edge of the earth bund constructed by the terrorists in the no-fire zone to provide space for the civilians. The risk involved in the operation was very high, as the LTTE was deployed in large numbers on the earth bund. Most of the cadres were clad in civil clothes. Restrictions imposed on the using of heavy weapons, including armor and artillery, had minimized the fire superiority of the own forces to a greater extent. After initial planning, the 5-8 division was entrusted with the task of conducting possibly the biggest hostage rescue mission in the world, along with special operation forces. On 19th April, the 5-8 division reached the outskirts and closely observed the no-fire zone at a shorter distance of 300 meters. After meticulous planning, 5-8 division commenced the world's largest rescue mission on 19th night at 2300 hours. Troops operating under the cover of darkness reached the LTTE earth bund, which was 3 kilometer stretch from Putumatalan to Palawan Pokkavane. Infantry, along with commandos, reached the northernmost edge of the earth bund, whilst infantry, along with special forces, reached the southern parts of the earth bund in Ampalawan Pokkavane. Having crossed the lagoon at 0150 hours, troops completely surprised the LTT defense line by conducting an attack from their rear after a highly risked infiltration, and the earth bund was completely secured by dusk, 20th April 2009. With the liberation of the earth bund, civilians arousing not far from the small arms range inside the no-fire zone started to flee towards the security forces controlled areas. The civilians, the LTT prevent them from fleeing the area The LTT carried out 3 suicide blasts around 0800 hours on the 21st April 2009, killing many, once again exhibiting their ruthlessness to prevent civilians crossing into safe areas. The civilians who crossed over to the